sad about it. No sad about it.
We are just across the Allegheny River from downtown Pittsburgh at rain-soaked Heinz Field in the Steel City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. This one fielded at the 5. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
At their own 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball right here. Pilot, 64, weak. Get it.
They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. Takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4. 4 yards the result on the... First play from scrimmage, 2nd down.
2nd and 6 at the 36-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Looking to throw. Lawrence. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Now this is fielded in the end zone. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Ravens, they'll take over.
Okay, ready? 54, right there. 54, Mike. Go!
They'll run on 1st down. McFarland, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
2nd and 11. Got his man, that's the Pro Bowler Julio Jones. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
It's a gain of 8, and it brings up
2nd down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining.
I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son. Jim. Sick guy.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. At 5 yards on the play there, the drive will continue.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Set, ready? 60 or. Christian, travel. Ready?
Right back to him on 1st down. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 16 yards on that one at a Raven first.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Rock it. You got tight.
On 1st down, McFarland. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Let's go. 50, plant. 54, Mike. And let's pin the mirrors back and go full.
2nd and 13. Looking deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4th.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early, but there's that special one there. I say they go get him.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here, 3rd and a yard.
a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 1.
Ready? 10-2 stop.
Check pass.
80 weapon.
Switch gears. Check 24. Check 24.
'56, Mike, 56, right there, 56.
Tackles, tackles.
X3, 218, chopper. 5.
They'll run with Foreman. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Give him the third down conversion. 5 yards on the play. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard.
Watch the run, watch the run.
Now a give, right side. Foreman, and he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Lawrence. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A well-executed 22-yard gain. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Check back, check back. Go.
On first down, Lawrence. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Anthony Averett picks it. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. Ah, yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
Ah, you're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski, okay? Oski was an
things for
interception.
different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a three-syllable word.
Yeah.
You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski.
Come on, baby, let's go. Get excited. Let's go, let's go.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. 2nd and 9 now. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Come on, set. 60 outlaw. Hey, lock it.
Let's go, let's go.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Lawrence. Open man, Smith-Schuster. It's complete. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, Lawrence. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders, and he'll get it down to the 47 here. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Call it a loss of 2 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12. Operating from the gun, Lawrence. Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Anthony Averett picks it. And he's got Rome. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick six? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. They'll run on first down. McFarland, he's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
On second down now. McFarland, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
Stephon Tuitt came out of Notre Dame as another one of those really tall defensive ends, and you just wonder, would they be able to have the leverage to bend and make plays? I think he just gave us an answer with that tackle.
Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Just like that. Just like that.
Watch it. 6-6. Pull it high.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Ready.
And he rips that one incomplete there. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
2nd and 10 now from the 27.
Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball. Big air.
61. Matchbox lights.
56 to Mike. 56.
To throw again, Lawrence. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches.
Check. Wide. Get wide.
Recon, 132 fighter. Hey, high 7.
From the gun, Lawrence. And that is incomplete.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down.
Blue draw Corker.
He's coming.
They're going to try and throw. Got a man. He finds Sanders. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know.
It's a foot race. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there with his first career NFL touchdown as they are now on the board here in the first half. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
Got it.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now, and I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. He gets it to Brown, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Pittsburgh. Hey, Foxtrot.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught.
Come on.
Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Ready. Buzz. 10 logo.
Cross the pass. Mike 55.
Hey. I got it.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Got a man. It's Brown. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a 1st down.
A gain of 18 on the play. 1st down, Ravens.
Set, ready. 60 outlaw. Don't say nothing. Hey, Alpha. Ready.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. He's to the 10, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half, and the Ravens have taken the lead.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
And just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
Let's go, baby.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
And a Raven first down.
Ready?
So from the 36 now, first and 10. Back to throw here. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. On first down, he'll drop to throw. He completes it to Jones. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. Defensively, they just lost him. He was waving his arm saying, I'm wide open. They found him.
Yeah, and it's so interesting about when a receiver starts to wave his arms because some guys, right off the line of scrimmage, they declare themselves open. You know, those guys throw the one arm up, hit me right now. In this case, he was so wide open that he was frantically trying to get his attention to make sure he got the football. And then I'm sure his only thought when the ball was in the air, don't drop it. Had too much time to think.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's second and 13. They'll run it now out of the gun. An agile move and a nice gain, then dropped at the 25-yard line. 8 yards on the run, and that cuts us down to a third and about 5. Out of the gun now on third down. This will be caught by Brown. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6. They'll run it here with Brown. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A great play there. His third touchdown now on the year as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker with the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing. And try and get back to where you were to start the half.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now a give, right side. Foreman. 7 yards there and a first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
18 Gator.
49. Come on. Check it backer. Shoot!
Look, squeeze. Ready?
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Now a give, right side. Foreman, and he'll get it down to the 47 here. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
And now this throw complete to Washington. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Check 37. Check 37.
Hey, Sam off.
On 2nd down, it's Sanders. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
From the gun on 3rd down, Lawrence. That's going to be caught. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. James Washington with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point up and through, and they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
Back now in Pittsburgh, it's the Ravens in control of the football. They've also got the lead as we get set for the 4th. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground. McFarland. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
They'll set up a throw. Man open left side is Brown. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Fifth catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Check four. Show it up.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. Bud Dupree, a former first-round pick, in on the stop.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 37-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Watch the twist. Hey, wahoo! Safety green.
Any weapons?
55.
Leo! Hey, Echo! Now! Hurry!
Kill.
And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. And that'll set them back 5. And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the stick, 2nd and 15. He'll drop to throw. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. Give him 32 on the play.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Draw play for Brown. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Boy, tight game like this, 4th quarter, personal foul penalties, a no-no.
Yeah, we know the emotions are running high. The tensions are the same. Who can control them best could ultimately win it.
And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now back to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. A first throw for the backup, Jackson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe he didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. A big one there. That gives him a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
Let's go.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary here. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. On 4th down, Lawrence. Looking right sideline, that's complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line.
Get off the train tracks.
Back at the 45-yard line.
On the ready.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
6-6, pull it high.
53's the mic. 53, check 53. You better bring it. You better bring it. I'm letting you know.
To throw on 2nd down, Lawrence. And incomplete. The former first-round pick Marlon Humphrey there to get a hand on it.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pinned it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
But sometimes, you know, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well. And if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well.
Looking to throw. Lawrence. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there. His 6th touchdown of the season, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Point after, right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a 1st down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
Set, ready? 60 Pittsburgh.
I got you, punk. SOS, SOS, SOS. SOS, SOS, SOS. Switch it, switch it, switch it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the 1st down due to the previous penalty.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
10 Lobo.
Let's go, tight end, let's go.
Recon, 132 fighter. 2.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Flush to his right. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Let's go.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on third down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right, they need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped. They'll look to throw here. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.